Hi everybody, it's Dandruff with your news Cartridge for Wednesday, December 13th, 2017. We begin today with 2 free trials, starting with Injustice 2 for PS4 and Xbox One, hosting a free weekend starting tomorrow, December 14th, and lasting all the way until Monday, December 18th. And if you're not on console, then H1Z1 is hosting a free week on Steam, also starting tomorrow and lasting until December 21st. So, today's top story is a little tough, and that is suicide threats on Twitch TV. Yeah, if you're not prepared for this one, I recommend pausing and doing what you gotta do. I recommend a strong black cup of coffee. This Kotaku article tells the tale of a moderator named Badzan of the streamer Raw Genesis, who reported a viewer for threatening suicide, and so the mod did the best that they could and reported the user for self-harm. Twitch immediately banned the user. It should be noted that the streamer General Mittens deals with this sort of thing on a weekly basis, as he has built his community around people who struggle with depression, and trolls could report people for self-harm, get them banned just for trying to vent their frustrations. If you've ever struggled with suicidal thoughts, and to not go into too much detail, I have, then you may know that shutting someone off from a means of communication could mean the difference between life and death for that person. Losing their Twitch account could be the last straw that makes them follow through with their crisis. So it's already safe to say that Twitch does not deal with this thing very well. This is one of those times where I will say, I have experienced this. I had to ban a user for inappropriate behavior, so they threatened to self-harm to make me feel bad. I believe this is a much different situation than someone asking for help. And that's one of the problems. How is Twitch supposed to differentiate between someone who legitimately needs help and someone who is trying to threaten the streamer? This is not an easy question to answer, nor is it inexpensive. Dealing with depression requires professionals, and I really doubt that Twitch has a bunch of counselors on hand to deal with their audience. Quite frankly, it's not their job. General Mittens also has a 3 strikes policy, having to make the difficult decision every single time to ban a user after the 3rd time of offering them suicide helpline information. He says otherwise, he's just doing more harm than good. Finally calling for Twitch to remove self-harm as a bannable offense and instead try to offer them some help. I do agree with that idea, and I'm sure Twitch still would ban people for using self-harm as a weapon. I understand that this is a very touchy subject, but I would really appreciate it if you wanted to leave any thoughts and comments down below. From there, we must transition to release announcements, with Titan Quest coming to all 3 console platforms, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch on March 20th, 2018. The Rainbow Six Siege Year 3 Season Pass is currently on sale for $30 US, 25 British pounds, 40 Australian dollars, or 30 euro. However, if that's a bit too much for you, then head on over to Green Man Gaming, where you can pick it up with a 15% off discount. There's a link for that down below too. In other Ubisoft game news, they have decided to start testing servers for For Honor, giving it the old Operation Health treatment seen with Rainbow Six Siege. There is no telling when or even if these changes will roll out. Next up, we have the dates for the beta for Metal Gear Solid Survive. No, never mind. No, we're not doing that. Nobody gives a fuck about that game. What? Huh? What? I'm being told by management I have to tell you the dates. It runs from January 18th to January 21st. And DLC news, I have no idea where Ubisoft came up with this one. Tomorrow, Ghost Recon Wildlands is getting crossover DLC with the movie Predator. You know Predator, that movie franchise that hasn't had a sequel in 7 years? Good to see that Ubisoft is staying relevant. No, this is actually to promote the upcoming Predator sequel coming in 2018. And then this DLC where you can fly around the Millennium Falcon as your ship in No Man's Sky. No, this is not a mod, this is official DLC, and I really wonder if Disney knows about it. Moving on from there, Rocket League is coming to Nintendo Switch in January, but if you pick it up on the platform, be prepared to pay a little extra. Due to the added cost of the cartridge, Rocket League will retail for $40 US or 35 British pounds. On to some PUBG news, starting with the best part. Creator Brendan Green says his game needs better protection against copycats. I wonder what the creator of H1Z1 has to think. Yes, I actually think what he's implying is games like Fortnite and H1Z1. Hell, you could even argue that DayZ is a copycat, except for the fact that H1Z1 and DayZ both debuted before PUBG. Mr. Green, if other developers had that same attitude, then we wouldn't have Super Mario Brothers, we wouldn't have Dota or League of Legends, and we certainly wouldn't have PUBG. Leave your thoughts on this part in the comment section down below, please. If you're playing PUBG on Xbox One, there's a feature of the game that many PC players would enjoy. Plugging in a USB keyboard allows you to use it more or less the same way you would on a PC. Mouse Mouse support is not included, so you still have to use a controller. And there are reports that Xbox One players are having performance issues, with Digital Foundry's analysis indicating the platform struggles to hold 30 frames per second. Hopefully this does improve over time, and stay tuned to News Cartridge for more updates. Finally, for PUBG, Microsoft has introduced what they are calling Hypezone on their streaming platform Mixer. It's a channel dedicated to people who are close to a chicken dinner in PUBG. Head on over to Mixer.com if you want to check out that stream. In Overwatch news, the inventor of the pineapple, Jeff Kaplan, has said in a recent interview that the newest character for Overwatch has already been revealed, but did not indicate where. And while this isn't exactly ARG, the internet is a flurry trying to figure out who and where this new hero is. I honestly have no clue, but if you do, let me know in the comment section down below, please. Then quickly before the last story today, this crazy but short tale of a guy creating a fake coffee shop where people would answer trivia questions for game codes. As such, he reached out to developers asking for extra codes to give away. The developer of the game Paradigm did some sleuthing and instead found the coffee shop doesn't exist. Since then, the fake shop has deleted their Twitter account and has made no replies to any questions. Finally for today, in New Zealand, the Department of Internal Affairs Gambling Compliance portion announced that they do not view loot boxes to be gambling as per New Zealand's current gambling laws. Their reasoning, according to Trish Millward from the DIA, is, quote, gamers do not purchase loot boxes seeking to win money or something that can be converted into money. This lady's never heard of CSGO. Finally adding that her department has no ability to regulate it under the New Zealand Gambling Act of 2003. Millward pointed out that they may appear to be gambling to some, and the DIA will continue to watch the issue. How soon do you think we will be cured of the loot box epidemic? Let me know in the comment section down below. It's a perfect time for tomorrow's game releases. For PC, Signs of Darkness, Wild Buster, Heroes of Titan, MMO ARPG, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Portal Power, The Day After, Origins, No Escape, Train Station Simulator, Wands, Defenders of the Fallen Island, Orcstar, Farmers Dynasty, LQVE, Lion Quest vs. Expanded, Google Spotlight Stories, Special Delivery, and Train Frontier Classic. For PlayStation 4, Dynasty Feud, The Rabbit Hole, and Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus, The Adventures of Gunslinger. For Xbox One, Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus, The Adventures of Gunslinger. For Nintendo Switch, Yooka-Laylee, Enter the Gungeon, Polybridge, Never Stop Sneakin', Bleed, Mecho Tales, and Mutant Mudds. For Nintendo 3DS, Block Drop Chaos. Thank you very much, everybody. This has been News Cartridge. I am Dandruff. I will see you tomorrow. And I just found a Monopoly set without instructions. What are the chances? All right, everybody. That joke was that joke may take a little bit. I don't know. Maybe it's a stretch, I think, but it's freaking hilarious. Once you get it, it's great. So today's show, I really love that whole coffee story thing. So that guy was set up a whole fake coffee shop. He said, I think it was supposed to be a Ukrainian coffee shop, yet all of his stuff was done in English. He said that his coffee, like, it was located in Europe somewhere, I think, and they tracked it down to the middle of nowhere, and there was a coffee shop by the same name, but they was a completely different coffee shop. This guy just basically lied to get game codes, which is the craziest thing ever. If you want to get game codes, just start a YouTube channel. I get game codes all the time. Really. I'm not even talking about, like, from people, because there's people who, like, I've got a couple of people here and there who actually give me game codes, but just go sign up for Keymailer. Sign up for Keymailer, get yourself a YouTube channel, get 400 or 500 subs. That's actually enough for that. I was on Keymailer around that much, and they were giving me codes. Get a Twitch channel, get 1,000 follows on Twitch. That's really not that hard to do. It'll take you some time. Put some time into it. You'll get game codes. I'm not joking. I'm really not joking. If you want some free games, start up a media channel, start up a YouTube channel, start up a Twitch channel. You will get game codes. They may not be great, but they will be game codes. Now, granted, with Keymailer, you can't give them away. Keymailer's got a little bit of a stipulation that you can't actually give them away. You can't sell them. You actually have to use them and activate them, because most of the time Keymailer requires you to make at least one piece of content with the game. I haven't seen a game that requires you to make 2 pieces of content. I've only seen games that require 1 piece of content. So really, all I do is I get the game off of Keymailer. I stream it for 2 hours. I generally give my opinion on it, recommendation, do like a live review, live first impression review, and then it's good. Keymailer's happy with that. I'm happy with that. I get games. They get their, developers get exposure. Cool. All right. Go sign up for Keymailer if you got a thing and if you got a YouTube channel if you want free games, or start a YouTube channel, sign up for Keymailer if you want free games. All right, now that we're done with that, I have no idea how long this battery is going to last. We are going to get an AC adapter for the frickin' damn thing next year, because that'll be $30 and I won't ever have to worry about this. Patreon. Oh my goodness, Patreon. That link down there, that wonderful, beautiful link, you should go click the link that's in the description, because now Patreon is not doing their 35-cent fee plus the 2.9% based on what they are doing. They are just going to do what they were doing before. I don't know if they're actually going to be changing anything, like if they are going to roll out some changes, but thankfully Patreon is not going to be charging people who donate $1. I think it was going to be like $1.37, probably $1.38 in order to donate $1. That's ridiculous. Take the 38 cents from me, okay? I'll take 62 cents. That's fine. If somebody wants to donate me $1 and I only get 62 cents of it, fine. Fucking fine. Okay, Patreon, you can't do that to people who are donating that less. Yeah, or that little. People who donate $20, okay, $20 plus a 2.5% fee. What is that? $4? Where it's $4? Wait, no, is that $4? No, it's 20 cents. Yeah, that's 20 cents. So 55 cents. You'd be paying under $21. That doesn't hurt them so bad. That really doesn't. And that's actually the point. I think $20 is the point where it stops hurting you so bad. Beyond that, it's like, okay, it's whatever, negligible. $100 would be a 102.35. Okay, so like if you've got $100 to give, you've got a 102.35. Okay, if you don't have $100 to give, don't be given $100. But if you only have $1 to give, you do not have $1.38. Blah. And I appreciate it if you only give me 62 cents, okay? I want to make that clear. If I only get 62 cents of it, fucking wonderful. It's wonderful. Thank you. So, yes, Patreon has wisened up. I don't know. Everybody was upset about it. Everybody. Patrons were upset about it. I had heard of some people wanting to start an alternative to Patreon over this stuff because they didn't want to put up with it. It just doesn't make sense. I know Jim Sterling in his latest Jimquisition spent about half the time just basically just ranting to Patreon and being, look, man, the $1 backers are the backbone of your revenue, and I agree with that. Most people are able to give under $5, and those are the people who it affects the most. And he was like, well, if it means that you're going to do this, and it means I got to go make my money somewhere else, I'll fucking go somewhere else. He likes Patreon. He said he likes Patreon. But this is what it comes down to, it's not about loyalty. It's about providing the people the best products. Plus, that I had a little talk over with my manager. We're gonna have like a little less opinion in the show, a little less. I think that's the point of the end card, so that way I can just, if you guys want just the facts, we're just gonna have like the actual, the main part of the show be the facts. You want more of the opinion stuff? That's why you watch the end card. That makes more sense to me. Plus, we're going to do stuff in the end card. We're going to do more stuff in the end card, like if things are happening that aren't video game related, such as the Patreon stuff. Patreon stuff is not actually video game related in any way, okay? Just because a lot of content creators make their money on Patreon doesn't mean it has anything to do with Patreon. There's plenty of content creators who aren't making video game movies on Patreon. I know one person who isn't making any content and yet is on Patreon making decent money, more than I am. So yeah, you can just do nothing on Patreon. Let's see what else we got today. Oh yeah, I don't mean to like I just want to talk about the whole Twitch stuff. That's the main story today. I don't want to get anybody like concerned about me. I want to let everybody know I am in a much better place in my life than I was say 6-7 years ago. A lot better place. I have nothing like that anymore. Lately, things have been great. Things have been peachy. For last, and I don't even mean like last 6-7 months. I mean like last 3 or 4 years, my life has been really good. I have not been struggling with those problems. Thank you. I'm not trying to be no sympathy today. Today's a happy day. I'm not dealing with any of that crap today. I'm just saying, if you have your concerns, thank you for your concerns. Thank you so much. But that is not who I am today. We've moved on from that. And one of the things that I wanted to address is that if I'm not a professional, do not take what I'm about to say as professional advice. Okay? I want to preface it with that. If there is somebody, and I'm speaking from my own personal experience again, if there is somebody who is in crisis and they are having those types of feelings and tendencies, communication is the one thing that can save them. It's not one thing, but communication is something that can help save them. And by communicating, I mean distract them. Get them off that topic. Get them off the topic of really thinking about themselves. There went the camera. All right. Get them off the topic of themselves and get them onto thinking about something completely different. And yeah, you might have a chance. I'm not saying that works 100% of the time, because it doesn't. I am not a medical professional. I am not a psychologist. I am not a counselor. All I know is that when I was having those problems, if somebody would just talk to me about something else, and I mean, force me to talk about that, like, you know, like get angry at me, not I don't mean get really, but like say, come on, you're not answering me, you need to, come on, talk to me, you know. That can help. That can help. So if the person loses their Twitch account, and that's you know, as far as they know, that's their only means of communication. If they lose that, we could lose that person. I don't want to see that ever happen. That's so I mean, I've had to ban people for self-harm before, and I while I don't regret that decision, because that person was obviously just trying to hurt me, I hadn't thought about people who actually, you know, reporting people who are actually need help, and that would be a terrible thing to do. So yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. Self-harm should no longer be a bannable offense on Twitch. It should still be a reportable offense, so that way the appropriate things could happen. I don't think that Twitch is going to start issuing counselors and psychologists to other people. That just doesn't make sense financially. Again, it's not their job, but at least if you got an email like suicide helpline prevention stuff, if you got reported for self-harm, you know, if it keeps happening, yeah, okay, Twitch needs to just ban that person. But if they just don't know the outlets of what to do, I think Twitch should help. And they could automate that to make it not even so people have to look at it. You know, it'll just report for self-harm. It automatically sends them an email with a bunch of hotline information. Tough story. Tough episode today, but I think a good episode. Social media links are over here, everybody. You already saw that Patreon one, but don't forget the Twitch, the Twitter, and the Facebook. Actually, we're going to mention Patreon again. We got to mention the Patreon again because money. Give me money, more money. Now you don't got to pay the fee. Give me more money. Click up here to subscribe. Click down here to watch yesterday's episode where we talked about... What am I doing? Why did I not? Okay, there it is. The UK Gambling Commission commenting about loot boxes and how children as young as 11 are gambling. Bye, everybody. See you tomorrow.